Hey everybody, welcome back to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch, and is also going to Taiwan here in one day. Actually, I fly out tomorrow. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgs, and that's right. I know I've been kind of talking about this a bunch. I'm really actually super excited. Never been to Taiwan. Get to go over there and get to go see an airsoft show in a whole different country, in a whole different, airsoft scene, see what the community's like. I'm incredibly excited. Big thanks to G&G for putting me on a plane and getting me over there for the Camo show in Taiwan. If you guys happen to be in Taiwan, in Taipei, please come by and visit. I would love to meet you there. I mean, that's going to be one of the few times I'll be over in the Taiwan area. I can't imagine I would get back there too often. But for you UK guys, and I get a lot of that too, it's like, hey, Jonathan, let me come over. I really am trying to work on something in 2017 to get to your side of the world. So stay tuned on that. That's kind of bubbling up. We're working on something. Anyway, we're back here again for another great show. Remember, if you guys don't know how Mondays works, if you're brand new here, it's the first one you ever watched, or I've never explained it to you, it's simple. You put your questions that you want me to answer in the comment section below. You vote up the favorite ones, and I dig through every single question every single week by the time I do the Monday recording. I usually record about a day before Mondays. So be persistent. I do remember the good ones, remember names. I'm actually pretty good at that, surprisingly. And we'll remember the good questions and try to get them on a future show. So continue to be persistent and put them on future shows. But yeah, since I've kind of explained how everything works, talked about what's going on, let's just dive on into what you're really here for, and that's your questions in the Palco mail call. Legit Muffin writes, this is on last week's video. I feel like I've seen this video. Okay, so mea culpa, which is big fancy Latin word for I screwed up. I did. I was putting together last week's episode, which was a lost episodes or lost questions episode, where I go back in the catalog and I pull questions out I haven't used yet. And I accidentally grabbed two that I used in a future show, but because my computer was in the shop getting fixed, I did it on my wife's laptop. So long story short, yes, I totally boneheaded that, but that one did get past me. I am so sorry, guys. So yeah, last week I absolutely screwed up, and Legit Muffin and the rest of the crew out there that called me out on it, you are absolutely right. This time it's all fresh, so no screw ups. Poetic Pariah writes, my lipo is ballooning quite badly too. Should I panic, or is there a way to decrease that? Yes, panic. Not really panic, but don't use it. Again, period. Absolutely do not use a ballooning lipo. So when it starts getting up there and getting puffy, there's a lot of reasons. One, leaving it charged, overcharged, leaving it undercharged, draining it down to the point where the battery's dying, where like your rate of fire is affected. There's a lot of ways, and just age as well. Also, some of the cheaper lipos just tend to get puffier quicker. All those factors lead to a puffy lipo. Puffy lipo is a bad lipo, so you definitely want to get rid of that. But do not throw it in the trash. No. Do not put it in the trash can. That is not a place for lipo. In fact, the best place for it is most electronic stores, like if you guys are in the US, like Best Buy, I'm not sure what you guys have in other countries that are like that, have usually an electronics recycling boxes right when you walk in the door. And I know most of the Best Buys here in the US do that. They'll have ones for like phones, ones for gadgets, and one for batteries. That's where you want to put that in there. Just carefully put it in there. They will get that to a place that will actually manage those lipo batteries and recycle them properly, because if you run it too long, you end up having trouble with it. If it does go, it will literally smoke, put out a toxic gas, and catch fire. So going on the topic of things that have been modern in the news lately, it would be you basically are going to Galaxy Note 7 your airsoft gun. So don't turn your airsoft gun into a Galaxy Note 7. So yes, actually send it in, get it recycled. Like I said, electronic stores all over. I'm not sure if Radio Shacks are even in business. They used to do it too. But yeah, just look around, see if your electronic stores, usually they have a self-service bin somewhere, or a lot of them will take it across the counter. Tactical Tube writes, hey Jonathan, I was wondering what's the best way to ease friends into the awesome sport that is airsoft. Most guys in my field are elitists and don't want new members on their team. So yeah, let me hit the team thing first, then we'll talk about strategies to get friends eased in. When you say like team, as in like this half of the field versus that half of the field, like nobody wants the new players on, or is it like they have a team of like 7 or 8 people that have like their own patch, their uniform and all that? If it's a team of their own players, they don't want to like, recruit someone new in, I can get that. But if they don't want a new player on their entire side, those people are, well, I like to keep the show PG, so I'm not going to say what they are. They are horrible human beings. How's that? I'm just going to go out and throw that. The part of this hobby, sport, whatever you're going to call it, is really, truly helping people out. And like, I would not be an airsoft right now if someone didn't help me the first time I went to a field, second time, third time, to show me the ropes. I mean, that is core to this. So yeah, if they're not willing to have someone on their half of the team just because they're a brand new player out there and they don't know what to do, they are absolutely the problem in this hobby and every other hobby. No matter what hobby they do, they are the problem with hobbies in general. Absolutely. I mean, I just can't even imagine someone being like that. So rant over on that one. Do what I do. Bring them under your wing yourself. Hey, you're out here, you bring some friends, let me explain to you how it works. I'll get you outfitted. There's gotta be some cool people on the field that are willing to run. Try to find some new players. Like, hey, see if the refs will ask whose first or second time is it here, and then get them to come work with your buddies, and all you guys together kind of go learn it together, and you can be the guy showing them the ropes since you have the more experience in this. You'll be surprised. And I think if you could get the game staff to ask even, hey, is there somebody willing, like who's experienced, willing to run with these guys to help show them the ropes? You'll be surprised. There'll be a lot of people putting their hands up saying, absolutely, I'll do it. But yeah, as for the elitists, I tell you, I do see that every field seems to have some level of elitism, some way more than others. Some are doing a great job. Some it's tough. It's tough to, say, hey, these are my best players out here, but they're also jerk elitists. But yeah, I just really, it's disheartening to hear those things. Hopefully, maybe with a couple times of you spreading the good cheer and helping the new players and mentoring them yourself, you'll help turn the tide and get some of those Grinches back around to helping the newer players. Mighty Candy Sweetie writes, can you review Novrich's Tuning Kit? So that is going to happen, actually. That is absolutely happening. I got it in. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with it, too. So it's great. It kind of worked out perfect. So Jet is getting a Novritsch Tuning Kit, and he's got a rifle, he's got a JG Bar 10 and all that. So I grabbed all the parts from him, stole them, and I'm doing a review of the product. So that's going to work out really great, especially when I don't have to worry about buying it. It worked out like, oh, you're buying all this? Great, good, I'm going to take it. So I've got that. I've got it in the works. Everything is done. In fact, I will be filming this at the time you are watching this video on Monday, because I pre-record this like the day before. It's Sunday, actually. I will be in the studio recording my thoughts. I actually have built the gun totally already. It's complete. It's finished from the ground up. Went in pretty smooth. Had one little hiccup, but not the fault of the kit, actually. It was the JG Bar 10 I was using. One of the springs little in the trigger package. Need a little bolstering. But yeah, little sneak peek on that. I'll let you guys know what's going on, what my thoughts are on it, honestly, simply because I was able to poach it and get it in there. So yeah, stay tuned on that. Should be up on the channel in the next 2 weeks. Well, guys, that's it for questions this week, which means it is time for the Code Red Headset's video recommendation of the week. And this one has come from you. I do ask you guys, put some good recommendations down there. I have a ton of videos. Unfortunately, my watch list is looking a lot more like how-to filmmaking, how to edit in After Effects, and how to do, like, it's pretty much a geek's world of my watch more list, where I'm like, oh, I'll save these to watch later. It's not too exciting for Airsoft. I still have Airsoft stuff in there, don't get me wrong, but most of my subscriber list is how to make this better for you guys. Anyway, I digress. This one comes from you guys and said, hey, Jonathan, new JTAC Airsoft videos out. Check it out. They're back at it again. And they are back at it again. This is one of those channels, again, I recommended them a little while ago. The JTAC is an event promoter. They're in the central US. They're, I think, around the Colorado-ish area. These guys put on some really cool games and do some really cool trailers. I mean, I'm watching this trailer going, I want to go to it. Plus, the reason I wanted to highlight this, because like, oh, he's at it again. It is Operation Dragon's Keep. And I remember seeing a bunch of you guys asking me, hey, Jonathan, are you going to Dragon's Keep? I've had a bunch of people asking me that, mailing in, putting comments on the videos, things like that. So I really am bummed out at this point that I didn't go after watching this trailer. Very well produced, very well put together. Again, if you guys like what you see, give me a subscribe. I mean, just for the videos, I kind of enjoy watching the trailers. I mean, if I did miss the game, which it looked like it was a lot of fun, the trailer alone was worth watching. So if you guys get a chance, check it out. It's JTAC Airsoft, it's JTAC Airsoft Productions, and as always, you can click the video over here if you're on desktop, or I'll have a link for everybody else down in the description below so you can watch the video. Well, guys, that is it for this week. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your Mondays, or whatever day you watch this on, with me here on Airsoftology Q&A. And again, remember, if you want to get your questions on the show, right down below in the comments section. Also, don't forget, if you want to support the show, love that. I do have patches for sale in the store. I always have a link right to the bottom below the video here, so you can go over to the patch store, pick up a patch, and help keep Airsoftology running. But until next week, and when I'm finally back from Taiwan, I'm probably going to be dragging, jet lagged. Go out, have some fun, play some Airsoft, try to avoid the jet lag, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.